Never take your car out of sight, even driving in no man's land. Maybe a pickup will pop up. The man quickly took a sharp turn and went around the car. He explained to his wife that he was only looking back for a few seconds. When the gas station is resting, man adds unknown liquid to his car. This is a man dressed as a cowboy to pick up a conversation. He is the artist in the pickup truck just now. The cowboy reprimanded the man. The action just now almost killed several of them. Men don't want to get in trouble. He apologized to the cowboy. At this time, the man's wife appeared. Honey, ma'am, ought to be more careful who you ride with. The couple is on a romantic road trip. The man's name is Jeff, and the woman's name is Amy. They took out a loan to buy the car, just to make life colorful. Suddenly, the car breaks down. Jeff couldn't control the direction. The car slowly stopped on the side of the road. Get out of the car and open the cabin to see. Where does he know car repair? So I called for help. It's a pity that there is no signal. It seems that this journey can only end there. At this time, a car finally came. But it was the pickup. It's really a narrow road. The pickup truck drove some distance and suddenly turned its nose. Jeff didn't think it was a good thing. Then a big truck came behind him. Jeff quickly stopped the truck. The pickup then turned around and left. The truck driver was very helpful. He helped the couple push the car to the side of the road. Jeff wanted to borrow a satellite phone, but the driver's phone is broken. He helped look at the car cabin. Recommend pulling them to restaurants 5 kilometers away. There is a phone to call a tow truck over. But Jeff didn't want to leave the new car here. He rejected the kindness of the truck driver. Wait until the car cools down. The truck driver left on a hot summer day. Jeff didn't want to leave his car behind. Amy didn't want to be exposed to the sun. The two acted separately. One stays here and waits for one. A truck ride to a restaurant to call for help. A few minutes later, he looked up and down the cabin of the car. Suddenly, I found that a thread was loose. He plugged the cable into the car and it was on. A false alarm. The new car turned out to be fine. He came to the restaurant where he met his wife. But the unexpected happened. He described his wife's appearance. The waiter said he had never seen his lover. None of you have seen it either. Next, you got away from your cowboy. Jeff went out and calmed down. Find the waiter brother again. He was going to a town 20 miles away to find his wife. But if his wife comes here, I hope the waiter brother will help him wait for him here. The little brother agreed. So Jeff embarked on a 20-mile journey to find his wife. Suddenly, I saw the truck that my wife was riding on the road. Immediately following, the horn signaled for the truck to stop. But the driver pretended not to know him. In the end, the truck can only be stopped. He wanted to know where his wife was. But the driver said that he had never met a man. Jeff was a little incredulous. It's obviously the lover you pulled away. He quickly climbed into the truck himself to find his wife. At this time, a police car came to the road. One said that the wife was taken away by the man. One said he had never met Jeff. At the suggestion of the police officer, the truck driver also promised to search his car. The police officer went up to check later. It's all just a truck driver's daily necessities. The truck's cabin is also mostly empty. The officer let the truck go. He felt that Jeff must have recognized the wrong person. Jeff quickly ran to the cab of the bus. I got out of the car after discovering that I didn't have a wife. But he was sure it was the wife he had pulled away. That's the car! The officer told him if you had thought about it, it was your wife who left you on purpose. There is no way the truck leaves. The police told him to go to a small town dozens of miles away. Find his colleague. Declare the wife missing, so that the police officer can help him find it together. Then the officers left. Jeff came to the police station to report the crime. The police also carefully registered him. But the entire wall of missing people stunned Jeff. However, the 24-hour FBI will not accept it. Jeff could only wait for news from the officer. He drove dozens of miles to the restaurant again. He wanted to see the restaurant's consumption records, because the name of the guest is recorded on it. But how could the little brother show him? This is a clear distrust of him. So the two quarreled. Jeff grabbed the bill attendant and pulled out his pistol. Eventually, Jeff was kicked out of the restaurant. He quickly ran to the public phone to call the police. It seemed like finding his wife's bill, but the phone never got through. At this time, a guy named Billy took the initiative to talk. Billy was a bit silly. He swallowed and said he had seen him. The wife said he got out of the van, and another van went north. At this time, the waiter opened the door to check. Billy quickly turned his head to dodge. Jeff asked him to go with him to the police station. Tell the officer what he saw. But Billy said police officers were involved. Jeff could only head north alone. He drove while enlisting the help of friends. It's a pity that there is no signal again. It's still a dead end. He turned the car around, and just then the pickup truck reappeared. The cowboy man got out of the car and picked up a gun. Jeff was even more overwhelmed. Pressed the accelerator tightly, broke through the iron door, and rushed in. Then a desperate drive began. The pickup truck behind desperately chased away for some distance. He was stopped by a row of engineering vehicles again. Jeff could only drive down hills and take off-road routes. Try to cross the rushing river. The cowboy with a gun followed in pursuit. Jeff's car drifted some distance later, stuck on the edge of a large river. He escaped the car door and swam into the distance. Bullets passed him one by one. Life is always more important than your car. With the rushing river, Jeff swam to shore. Cowboy's accomplice, Whitebeard, also came. Jeff hid behind a pile of stones. He didn't know exactly what was going on. Watch your car being dragged into a truck by Whitebeard. The car is intact. Right at this moment. It's Billy and he's not a fool. It turned out to be a kidnapping. Listen to Jeff's wife. They have a large sum of money in their bank account. Billy wanted to hear Jeff say the exact amount. If the amount told to his wife is not the right, then both husband and wife would have to die. It turned out to be right. The reality is that they have long run out of money. The cars were bought with loans. It's just that my wife said it on the way. If only we could win the 90,000 prize. It seems that this is a delaying measure by the wife. Fortunately, the two people have spiritual rhinos. Speaking of appease, the truck drivers turned out to be their accomplices. Or their heads. They took Jeff to the edge of the cliff. Point to the town below. Let him go to the bank below to withdraw the money. She's still alive. The truck driver hoped he wouldn't play tricks, because Billy had just called the police. All the police officers in the town were taken away. If you call someone else to help, then keep your 90,000 yuan. We will occasionally mail your wife's organs to you. The life of the wife. Under threat, Jeff ran into the bank. He has no money at all, so take out a credit card advance. He wanted to ask the bank manager to call the police, but then a man appeared again.